So lastly, we are to create a state machine that will clear the register, reset the counter, increment the counter twice, and decrement the counter once, load the register with the value at its input, and shift the shift register twice. So in our starting up top with the libraries, we have our libraries, then moving on to the entity with our input and output ports. Here, and then a reset, and then an entity. So moving on to the architecture, we have our one signal for our current state and our next state. They are 3-bit signals, and moving on down to our process. So if if one is detected, then or if our reset is active, then we reset our current state to 0. Otherwise, we continue with the clock cycle, and our current state will just equal our next state, and us ending the process. So I'm starting the process here for our first case. When it detects all zeros, then and our reset is 1, then it will clear. And our selector is 0, and our next state will be moving on to the next state, pretty much. Here we're incrementing by 1. So starting with 001, well, that's detected, and a reset 0. Our enable is 1, then we move on to the next state, where we increment by 1 here. Then we're supposed to increment twice, so we do the same thing here. And then moving on to this area, we are decrementing by 1. Here we are loading our value. So again, when 100, reset 0, enable is in the second, is detecting 2. Then our walk is at the 3rd state, and our next state will become 101. And I'll move on to the next state. Here we're shifting left, and we were directed to shift the register twice. So that's the second shift. Then when others, nothing should happen, and ending a case, ending a process, ending architecture. Yep.